This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here with Jean-Phillippe Roussy, who is joining us all the way from Quebec and from his company, More Bleu. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Now, we are looking at a selection of spirits that have not yet made their way into the LCBO shelves, but I think it would be interesting if you could tell me the story behind your company.
It's quite a long story, but to make it short, it's we were foresters before starting our distillery.
Foresters?
We were foresters and childhood friends, but one day we got bored of our industry, of our lifestyle, of our job, so we kind of followed our passion and started a distillery. So.
Now, when it comes to spirits, most people start making vodkas, then gins, and then eventually progress towards whiskies. Where are you on that sort of state of evolution right now?
Of course, we started out with one gin and one vodka, and since they're a quite big gin bubble in Quebec right now, we thought it was a good idea to aim toward diversification of products.
Yeah.
So we went from gin to spice rum to liquors, and then now we are beginning distilling whiskey as well.
Now, when do you see the whiskey being in market?
Canadian whiskey must be aged for at least 3 years, so we're gonna have to wait at least 2, 3, 4 years. You know, like I like to think, it's the whiskey that decide when it's ready. It's not me. So we're gonna let it age, and when we're ready, we're gonna release it. But it's a luxury that we can afford right now with our diversification. So we're gonna wait.
Now, speaking of diversification, how many different products do you make at the current moment in time?
We have 8 different SKUs right now at the SAQ. It's going pretty well, and people like it, like what we do. We have really a good fan base on Facebook and social medias overall. So yeah, we're blessed on this. It's going good.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about the different products that you make?
We have a forest gin that is made on mostly local botanicals like black spruce, cedar, like things you don't see often in gins.
Is this this is the canopy?
This is canopy. Like in English, it means canopy. It's pretty simple to translate. We have much more bolder gin that is wildflower gin.
This was crazy when I tasted it. The floral aspects are just
really good.
Crazy. Now, what goes in there?
There's a lot of things. A lot of juniper, a lot of rosemary, a lot of citrus, pink grapefruits, orange.
You said lavender as well?
Lavender.
Some violets?
Some violet as well. Jasmine.
Wow.
Geranium. Rose hips, a lot of things.
It's one of the more powerful and more complex gins I've tasted, it has to be said.
Yeah, it's true. We want it this way, so I think we got it right. And our flagship product in Quebec is surprisingly our amaretto.
An amaretto, so that Canadian amaretto.
Canadian amaretto with maple syrup, molasses. We put also a wild bush that grows in the boreal forest. It's a marigale.
Okay.
We put some marigale in it, so there's a great deal of flavored depth. There's a great flavor depth in our amaretto. That's what makes it really distinctive,
and that's your flagship product in Quebec, isn't it? It's doing very well.
We sell more amaretto than gin.
Interesting. You were saying that the Quebec palate, when it comes to spirits and liquor, tends towards the sweet.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Because it's quite the opposite with wine.
Yeah, yeah, sure. People worry about residual sugars in wine, but they love.
They don't care about it when it comes to
so
interesting.
pretty. It's a great paradox, and yeah, the liquor category is the biggest spirit category in Quebec. So.
Now, speaking of sweeter spirits, you also make a couple of rums. Now, I guess you would call these Canadian rums, but what's the story? I mean, how do you make these?
Look, we start with Great Caribbean rums. In our case, it's Florida rum, because you know it's really hard to craft our own rum in the reality of liquor boards like SAQ and LCBO. So we have to take the rum and spice it up and make our own recipes.
Yes,
so in our case, we put some rosemary, cardamom, star anise, cinnamon, vanilla. So we got a really distinctive spicy flavor. It's not like a faint vanilla spicy flavor. It's a real spicy flavor.
It's quite in your face.
It's quite in your face. You can taste the difference, but it's still smooth. So it's still smooth.
Now, morbleu, what exactly does that mean?
It's a kind of old pirate swear. It's kind of
pirate swear word.
Yeah,
that's a good name for a company.
If you know Tintin and Capitaine Haddock.
Yes, of course.
It's the kind of word they were.
Really, morbleu. Okay.
We made a special edition, chocolate special edition, and
how's that been going down?
This is something never seen before. That's what most people tell us, and there's some real chocolate in it, and it's really easy to drink. It's a pleasure, you know. When you think of rum and chocolate, it's a natural pairing.
Yes,
so it goes down really easily.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing all of your products with me today. That was a most enjoyable way to spend the afternoon. Thank you very much, and thank you for speaking with Good Food Revolution.
Thank you.
Bye for now.